All right. So, would you like to do the intro? No, I'll do it. I'll do it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Fat Wheels podcast. This is episode 6, I think. Yeah, I think this is episode 6, if I'm not mistaken.
Six, yeah, six. Uh
All
huh.
right,
It's
6.
six.
And as you can see, Ed's a bit different right now. He has hair for one.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so I'm joined by a new member of the crew, Renz. And how's it
Hello.
going, man? Introduce yourself.
Uh, yeah, doing good. I'm Renz, like playing games. What can I say? And I love talking. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, that's why he's here. So he loves being a loudmouth like me and Ed. But
Pretty much.
unfortunately, Ed can't join us today. He's got some stuff going on, so we'll see him on the next episode. Most definitely, he's going to be on the next episode. But today, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm already browsing stuff. It's not the topic.
Mm.
But today we're going to be talking
Yeah.
about a little bit about a lot of stuff, and this is kind of new territory for me, being somewhat um, not too knowledgeable about the subject, but we'll see. But first, let's talk about Marvel Avengers. I am gonna play the video. I'm gonna play the video. It's on
Yeah,
mute.
okay. I was gonna
So,
play the game. I'm like, oh shit, you got it really?
oh fuck. If I did, like, holy shit, we wouldn't be
Yeah.
recording today. That's for sure. Okay. So from what I heard, from what you said earlier, that they had new models put in.
Yeah, because the first models that they've created, with Thor, with um, I think you should put up the comparison between the first models and then the latest
Yeah,
ones.
sure, sure, sure.
Because
Let me go
yeah,
ahead and find one.
yeah, the first one was I don't know, man. Because I think the reason for the hate with the first models is because it's when the Avengers or the Marvel movies started pumping out. It's like every like few months or so we get Marvel movies, and then you get you get like Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans embedded in your mind, like, okay, this is what they look like. So when Square Enix
Mm-hmm.
released their Marvel game, or at least a trailer for it, and then they had these models of Black Widow shown, Incredible Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, and Captain America,
Mm-hmm.
in the San Francisco Bridge battling dudes and shit. Um, I don't know, man. Like, to me, it honestly, like, it kind of, it's okay. Whatever. It's video game. It's a video game, so it doesn't really need to be accurate too. As long as it somehow embodies the person or the hero that we're trying to play, that's totally fine, I guess.
Right.
Um, that's on me, but I'm not really sure why the hate is there. I mean, you could fucking check it out and see.
Yeah.
Because
If you can look
to
at
me,
the stream, you'll see
yeah,
posting pictures of it.
yeah. Because back then, because of the hate, they actually remodeled the characters to look better. So this is the second iteration and shit. So
Okay, so
it
just let me get this
was,
straight. If you're looking at the stream right now, so the left one, right? So just for the viewers out there, so on the left one is the old one, and the right one is the new one. Which is it?
I think the right one is the old one. The left one is the new one. Can you go for another image then?
Okay, so let's check out Tony
Thor.
Stark. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, what
yeah,
did I
you're right.
change?
The left one is the new one, and the right one is the old one.
Yeah, the right one is the old one.
Oh.
So, I guess those examples were, I don't know if they're pretty bad, but there you go. Yeah, see the old Thor and the new Thor kind of, it looks better,
Hmm.
right? The old Thor looks like a biker gigolo or something.
Uh,
Like like the left one actually looks like a proper Norse god, and he's gonna kick my ass,
hey,
and
dude.
then
No matter what you
the
say, they both look like fuckboys, so it doesn't matter.
they still do, but at least the left one will fuck you proper. The other dude will fucking give you an STD or something. I don't know.
That is true. That is true.
Not
I,
yeah.
I respect that comment. Yeah, yeah. And I don't
See,
know. I don't. Um. Okay. Is it important to you though? Like, you just have to think to yourself, right? Like, is it important to you though? Like these models. Does this is in this particular context, right? If you're playing something like the Avengers, like you said earlier, there's like a stigma that
right?
that sticks, right? Because the MCU has pretty much built what Captain America, Iron Man, or whatever looks like, and you're gonna be getting a game that that has them in it. But the problem is that, of course, you'll need to, to use the likeness of the characters in the MCU or the
Right,
actors from the MCU. They're going to be paying big bucks, and that's going to be like a production cost that's off the roof, right?
right.
Jesus.
But that's the thing. I think I get where you're coming from there.
Hmm.
But if Spider-Man PS4 was able to pull it off, why can't they? Because Spider-Man PS4 didn't use Tom Holland. I mean, almost looks like him. It's a mix of him and someone else. But
Hmm. True.
when you see him, when you see the character, it actually makes you feel like you're Spider-Man. Like you're
Yeah.
playing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. If it plays well, it the graphics are nice, right? But then again, when the person
Hmm.
fucking faces you, or your character faces you, like let's say Iron Man, then let's say for this you know they what they use Nicolas Cage as Iron Man, like it's gonna take you out of the immersion.
it
You get me?
it it does. It really does. Like, if you're
It
someone
does.
like me, if you're someone like me who appreciates who appreciates the MCU for everything that it's done for this,
Hmm.
for Marvel and the Avengers,
Hmm.
going to something that's telling me that this is Tony Stark, and you're
Right.
not seeing RDJ's face on Tony Stark, and I'm like, I you want me to take it seriously, but it's just that it's there.
Yeah.
However, the argument I do have is that this could happen now. This could happen
Hmm.
in like the first few hours of the game. No, it's probably going to be like the first few minutes of the game while you're playing, right? And then, oh, sorry, let me go ahead and play the video so that we have like, oh, it's already playing.
Good.
Um, so it could happen in like in the first few minutes. Oh shit, this is how it is now.
Yeah. It's a looter game, so you grind for better loot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I I kind of don't mind it as long
Yeah.
as the loot system is good.
Well,
I don't
this.
mind it because
Okay.
a lot of games, yeah, but yeah, but we're
Yeah.
getting sidetracked there.
I'm gonna get into like very like so many tangents going into me right now, just like looking at this. But let me just get through my point
Right.
first. So it can happen in the first few minutes of the game where you're looking at somebody, like I said, and you're not seeing RDJ's face, right? But it could
Yeah.
potentially work. Like you can get past it. However, it
Mm-hmm.
depends on how they do it. That helps you get past that that stigma, right? Because it's going to be hard for you to accept that fact that you know RDJ didn't play the character here, right?
Right.
So I
But
wonder how they'll implement that and how they're gonna be doing that by making me want to invest emotions and whatever to this
right.
character, because that's how you do it with comic books, right? I mean, literally, Tony Stark looks different almost. Well, almost different from different series,
Mhm.
series in comic books. So um yeah, I probably have no problems adjusting, but I will definitely have a feeling that, hey, um this isn't RDJ, right? When I
Right.
play it. Or yeah, Mike Ruffalo. Mike Ruffalo is so iconic now. Like Jesus. Like if you look at
Yeah.
Mike Ruffalo, it's impossible not to see Hulk. Like in any movie that he goes to. I know it's a stereotype, but Jesus, he played that character too well.
Yeah, I mean, his face is 100% for Hulk.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, I'm not saying it is a bad thing.
I know, I know.
It's like
I just found it funny.
he was born to be green, dude. Like, fuck it.
It's his color, man. It's your color.
It's a scholar, exactly. But I get your point here. So when you look at the trailer now, or what they released here, when you're playing Iron Man, it at least when you suit up and shit, you're flying across the pre-built stages. It feels like you're playing Iron Man. It feels like you're Iron Man, at least. But that's the thing, when you see the character like earlier, when you see Black Widow, um, I'm not sure if it's going to, because that's the thing about gamers now. At least I think for a lot of people, not just gamers, is that when you're watching a movie, when you're playing something or whatever, and then all of a sudden the character that you're familiar with all of a sudden changes its the actress or whatever.
Mm.
The actor was changed last minute, and then you don't see the character or the actor you loved. An example of this is Batman. you, have you watched the Batman movies um from the from the very first until the last when Ben Affleck was Batman?
Give me a sec. Like
No.
if
I
skip
just want
ads.
to draw a comparison here with
um,
gaming. It's fine.
you're talking about the Batman movies of the '90s up to today.
Oh, sorry,
Oh,
no. Make it Christian Bale. From Christian Bale until
today,
uh Ben
Ben
Affleck.
Affleck.
Yeah,
That's
just
just
Ben Affleck.
that's
Yeah,
just two Batmans. There have
yeah,
been
yeah.
no other Batmans than that. So if you include the '90s, I would say um I don't have a problem. Like I don't have a problem seeing um what's his name? Michael Keaton to
Michael, yeah.
Val Kilmer to George Clooney, right? Those are the three Batmans to
Right.
me. So I didn't have a problem with
What
that. But
about yeah? What
mhm,
about Christian Bale?
that's the thing. I don't know. I wasn't. I have never been a super Batman fan since I
Hmm.
was like 7. I really loved
Right.
Batman then because he had all the cool planes and boats and cars, and it's just everything, right?
Right.
So um after a while I got bored of Batman, so I didn't
Hmm.
really mind the change, like if it
Right.
was the actor. Like there was
Right.
never for me there was never an iconic Batman, or sorry, not Batman. I'm going to remove Batman from, like, Bruce Wayne. There was never an iconic Bruce Wayne for me. Like if
Hmm.
there ever was,
Um.
it was the animated
Yeah.
one.
Right. But the point I'm making is when you grew up watching Christian Bale be Batman, when you were a kid up until he was changed to Ben Affleck. Because I don't mind the acting; it's fine. I mean, they used the voice diffuser for Batman anyway, like
Yeah,
whatever, it's
yeah.
Batman. But right,
True, true.
they could have honestly they could have done away with that. But um, when you look at Batman from Christian Bale to Ben Affleck, honestly, like what again, it's all about the perception that the actor is playing Batman, right? I grew up seeing Batman having, a flat chin, no cleft chin, nothing.
Yeah, yeah,
And then all of a sudden, there's this new Batman with a cleft chin. Like whenever I see him, it's like, God damn, maybe I'm not used to it.
yeah.
And that's the point
I
I'm
get it. I
making.
get it. I get it.
These slight changes to the character that you grew up loving. to the
breaking.
characters that you've watched since you were a kid, and then all of a sudden they changed it drastically to look like the ones here in the Avengers now.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think the gameplay might be good, the story might be great, but every time you look at these characters, like what's showing on the trailers right now, look at Captain America right there. Like he looks like a fucking proper, he looks like an Irishman more than an American dude. You get me? Like it's crazy. It's gonna take away the immersion for me. Maybe I might like the loots, the loot cycle, whatever. I might like the gameplay or whatever, but every
Mm.
time I see their faces when they're talking, when I'm Iron Man, I'm talking to let's say Captain America there, it's I don't know, it might kill the mood for me, and I might
Yeah,
I might end
that's
up stop
yeah,
playing it because
right.
yeah, shit, I
That's
kind of
what I've
don't
been
like
saying. It depends on how they
it.
present it to you in the first few
Right,
minutes,
right,
because it could either make the game
or
or
break the
break
game.
the game for
Yeah,
you, because without investing in these characters, especially with visually, right? This the first thing that you
right.
see, or the first thing that you'll appreciate about the game probably is it's visual appeal to you, whether it's a 2D pixel whatever kind of game. If it
Hmm.
appeals to you visually, usually it clicks. I'm not saying that's for every game, you know
Yeah,
different strokes for different games. Right? So
right.
yeah, but in this particular
Yeah,
one, the Avengers, yeah, just because we have so many references, we'll have to
yeah.
we're gonna have to ease in uh into
Hmm.
this one for sure,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, I think it's gonna take a while to for us to get used to it, for us to get used to the characters,
Mm.
because I'm not that's what I don't get. Why did I guess it's because it's owned by Sony. I mean Spider Man and all, but I mean they created the model for Spider Man so well that whenever you play him and you look at him, it's like, oh shit, this is Spider Man.
Yeah,
You're not even
it's
you know
Spider-Man, yeah.
it's Spider-Man. You're not thinking about Tom Holland. You're not thinking about, oh my God, Spider-Man looks like a gigolo who's going to give me an STD. You're not thinking about that. It's like, okay, I'm going to suit up. I'm going to beat some evil dudes and I'm going to be Spidey. Let's see. I guess at the end of the day, we'll see how this goes,
Wait, was that
how the
Spider-Man?
new Avengers story unfolds.
Did Spider-Man
Uh,
show up? No,
I
who is
think
that? Oh,
that's the
Black Widow. It's Black Widow.
yeah,
like
Black
like
Widow, and then the girl who can stretch
yeah, it's Miss
and shit.
Marvel, whatever. Kamala Khan.
All right,
Yeah.
Kamala, yeah, Kamala Khan, yeah.
I thought this was Spider-Man. Like, holy shit. Oh, like, oh.
I thought that. I think I think they're going to add Spider-Man later on. See, they have
Mm.
a leveling system too, but I'm gonna say this now. The way this is playing out and the way that they're implementing the loot system and then we'll add the new characters later on, I legitimately feel like the leveling system here is superficial, just like Destiny 2.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna say it now. It's going to be cosmetic and loot. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna reserve a little bit more. Like, I'm pretty sure that you and me and Ed can definitely get into a discussion about what this game is, how this game is gonna be presented. Is there gonna be loot boxes? Is there gonna be microtransactions?
Right.
And is this gonna be something that if you buy it for like $70, whatever,
Yeah.
are you gonna be happy with it just for that? Will the grind be too grindy, or is it just gonna be well balanced enough? Like we can get into all
Hmm.
those things. Like, I'm even citing too much um stuff here right now.
Yeah.
But yeah. Other than let's talk about this like way before it gets released. It's inching closer and closer. But okay, let's talk about something else. Like,
Sure.
we're about to transition to a new generation. Like me and Ed have talked about the PlayStation 5 uh with a friend, with a guest, Nero, before in one of the previous episodes.
Yeah.
So do you think like if this game does release on the PS4, will there be a legit version for the PS5, or is it just going to be a port? What do you think? Or
Um.
it's already, or it was already built to go with the PS5 but was just ported to the
Because
PS4.
here's how I think about games that are being built now
Hmm.
for PS4. This is my opinion. I'm not sure if it's true. Remember when the PSC games cannot be properly ported to another gen? It's
Hmm.
because of how they built the console itself. I think it's the separation of whatever. It's like two CPUs working as one, and that's the reason why they can properly port it.
Right,
Or
right.
devs are having difficulties, and if they do port it to the Xbox or they have another Xbox version, it runs differently, somewhat.
A
At least for
multi-platform.
some.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not. I'm not. Yeah, yeah, multi-platform games. Now with this gen's console, it's if you think of the structure, it's pretty much like a simple PC. You know, you have your APU, you have your hard drive, you have your motherboard and shit, and then you
yeah.
have
Yeah,
your
it's
your
pretty much a
RAMs.
PC. Like,
Right. It's pretty much a PC. It's pretty straightforward. So, to me, with the PS5 coming out, I honestly think that if they built it for the PS4, it's more of, when the PS5 comes out and the PS5 version releases, it's going to be pretty much the same,
right.
just with a few graphical changes there. With I think better frame rates, better, I guess, resolution, but the way it will play anything, if it will stutter or not, I don't think it will. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think there's going to be an issue, but I think it's just going to be, better graphical fidelity when
Just
for the
their
PS5 version
graphical
at least.
fidelity. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think.
graphics, frame rates,
Yeah, I'm
but
with you. I'm with you
nothing
on this one. Like, I know it's kind of a simple idea. Yeah, the way we're stating it, right? Like, it's simple enough. Like, we
yeah,
say it like we know how to do it. But it no
exactly.
matter how much you want to try to like lift the veil of game development, um it's I think there's just too many jargons for us um
Right.
to start understanding. So we put it simply as, it's gonna have better visual fidelity when it's on the PS5. That is it.
Yeah, that's
For
good
me, that's it.
then.
How
Yeah, and load times.
compatibility, the better load times, yeah. But compatibility from one generation to another, I just hope that there would be no issues, right? Like,
Right.
it's easy. It's easy enough to um to mess up, to be honest. Like,
Right.
it's easy enough to it's easy enough to mess up, and it's just that it might be a
Yeah.
different experience on the PS5 for me. Like, it could be because of the DualSense controller, to be honest.
Uh, yeah, it might be. There's an example of this. Because again, I'm a big Destiny player. So when Destiny came out, I already had the PS4. So I was playing on the PS4. So I frequent the subreddit, commented on that page for
The
quite a
first
while.
one, you're talking about the first
Help
Destiny.
people out. Yeah, the first Destiny. So the first Destiny released on PS3 as well,
Hmm.
right? So load times were shit. Everything was shit. Graphics was kind of shit too, compared to the PS4, of course.
Hmm.
But it ran. It ran. You could play it. You can do the first raid, I think. But as the longer they patched the game, the longer they supported it, they just couldn't. They just couldn't support the PS3 version anymore because it's holding the PS4 version back. I think with games being multi generation,
Generation,
if you
yeah.
want to call it, yeah,
Yeah.
multi generation for the PS4 and PS5. I think that's going to be the problem with developers because though if you're a developer, I think if I'm the developer, let's say, and I want to support the PS4 and PS5 with my you know in my game, it's going to be difficult for me to implement a lot of things because the PS4 is going to hold me back. Just like what happened in Destiny, then they just stopped supporting Destiny.
True,
I think that
true. That's a good
was
point. That is a very good point.
right.
Yeah.
I forgot. I think it was before Rise of Iron. One of the DLCs. I forget the timeline, but
Hmm.
yeah, I couldn't because if I want to add, let's say, the PS4 games now are huge. They're taking up 100 gig. Modern Warfare is taking around 200 gig already.
Oh shit.
So yeah,
Yeah.
space wise, it's not gonna
RDR two, right? RDR two is like
RDR2
over
is 100,
100 something.
110, 120. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty big. So if I'm the developer and I want to add another DLC or add DLC to the game that will use, or if I want to maximize the PS5's power, and I will release it to the PS4 as well, then I need to hold back or downgrade the PS4's graphics or whatever, update it, and then just increase the PS5's. That's gonna alienate your fan base, right? And
Definitely. Yeah.
that's a big dilemma. Yeah, that's a big dilemma for developers. And honestly, like if you're going to release a multi-platform game, good for you. A lot of people won't buy the PS5 when it launches. Some people will take a year before they buy it.
Right.
I personally know some, so good for them. They will keep supporting the PS4. However, if I really hope, I really hope if developers are planning to release a game that they want to maximize, just don't make it multi-generation. Honestly, like, just release it for the PS5 and leave the PS4 be instead of
Mm.
releasing it on the PS4 and it's a buggy mess on the PS4 but runs perfectly on the PS5,
Yeah, it would
right?
have clearer. It would have a
Correct.
better control over the game.
Exactly. Yeah, and this is the thing about these games, right? They're making it multi-generation, but they developed it for the PS4 first. So the PS4 support, I think, and I hope it will happen is that it will have proper support. It will run great. And it will be for the PS4 and then just upgrade it graphically wise or whatever on the PS5, right? Frame rate, load times,
Mm.
because right now what I'm thinking about is after this game of the Avengers, Cyberpunk's gonna come out like in a month or two, in 2 months. So when that comes out and they have plans of releasing it on the PS5, I really hope that their development is focused on the PS4 and not the PS5 because I fucking want to play it on the PS4, right?
Right. Right. Right.
Because right, it's gonna release on what, September to October, Cyberpunk. So I'm getting sidetracked here,
Ooh,
but
November. November. Yeah.
so just before the PS5
Mm.
PS5's release.
Well.
Damn, that kind of sucks.
Well. For me though. For me. Uh. I'm looking at this as uh not as big as a problem as when it was uh on the PS3 PS4 transition from PS4 to
Yeah.
PS5. I think well the PS3 is pretty much similar, in terms of like being a computer. It has a processor, it had RAM, it had
Hmm.
graphics modules in it. um and I'm pretty sure, the difference was probably how games were being done for the PS3 then. So in moving forward from this generation, the PS4 to the PS5, I think it's a lot smoother, you know.
Right.
Uh,
Hopefully. Because again, the PS5 structure or architecture is it's fucking alien, to be honest.
well,
And then comparing it to the PS4 now, which is very straight cut. Hopefully, the PS5 will translate better because the only thing that I'm thinking of in terms of drawbacks is the way they designed the PS5's SSD.
well,
Because it's not your
mm,
usual SSD wherein it you have the disk. Again, I don't create SSDs or whatever, so don't quote me on this. But with SSDs, I think you have the disk there. It reads to the disk inside your SSD, and then
mhm.
whatever.
Yeah,
But
we're getting
the
technical.
PS5 is just much
Yeah, yeah.
right. I mean, the PS5 is more complicated than that. So hopefully the way they implement the games on the PS4, it doesn't hold back the PS5's, capability to run things faster. That's the only thing that I'm thinking about.
Right, right,
And that's because of the way the hardware was built.
right.
Hopefully, hopefully the developers will be able to maximize it, even if they port things over to the PS5.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Hopefully, let's see. Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
Hopefully, it works out. Because the PS5 is pretty promising with how they did the SSD thing.
Mhm.
Even Linus, when he tackled it,
Oh
when he
yeah, yeah,
covered the
definitely.
PS5, he
Yeah,
apologized because damn, the architecture is different. SSDs are doing it this way, but the PS5 is doing it the other way,
yeah.
or maybe in a better way.
yeah. He what do you call this? Berated somebody. I forgot who.
The CEO of Epic Games.
Right, right, right. By saying the PS5 is the fastest SSD. Well, that wasn't his statement, right?
Right, right.
So it's
Um,
yeah. I forgot the issue. It's been a while, and and good on him.
yeah,
Like he apologized, like straight up. Uh, that's
yeah,
awesome. But yeah.
yeah,
Anyways, like okay. So with all of that said, like we're just talking about one game here, and in the specific game,
yeah.
of course, this is not gonna be like the definition of why you're going to be purchasing a PS5. I mean, we've all said it like we're gonna be buying a PS5. Sure, I'm pretty sure you will. But um, which one are you gonna get? Um, why is that your
Uh,
choice? And
right.
let's see, why is that your choice? And are you gonna get it in launch on launch?
Yeah, have the funds ready. I'm gonna get it on launch date. So yeah, that first. Then I might get the one with the Blu-ray
The
disc,
one with the
whatever
tumor, yeah.
on it. Yeah, because this here's the thing with going digital. I've gone digital for like 4 years with my PS4. And the thing with digital games is that sometimes this happens, and when it does, it fucking annoys me to death. Is I can't access my games,
Mm.
and I need to have an internet connection. You can activate your PS4 as primary find it solves, but if you can't restore your licenses, then you're shit out of luck. Like you won't be able to play your games unless you have the disc. It might be a little glitch server side, but it pisses me off that it happens, and sometimes when it does, I can't play my games, especially when I don't have any internet. Um, and sometimes I travel too, and I bring my PS4, and if I don't have internet connection there, let's say in a hotel, then I'm shit out of luck. I can play my games, especially if
Yeah.
that glitch happens. So that's the only reason why I want to fucking buy the one with the Blu-ray player, is because if I let's say I want to play my games and I couldn't, for some reason the server glitches out again and it locks me out of my games again. Then at least I can just buy a fucking another CD and just play it, right? Like, okay, fuck it, it's gonna take another few days to fix this, so just going to buy another game, then play that until it sorts itself out.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the only reason why. And I guess whenever someone gives me a CD, then that's another reason. But to me, going digital is great. Going digital is great. It saves you space for your other fucking wires and gadgets and shit. But
True.
um, yeah, but it's just a backup, just in case.
Right.
I wouldn't count out the Blu-ray player just yet
Let
because
me
it has its functions.
let me be clear here. When I reacted to the PlayStation 5 reveal, I said like, yeah, goddamn, it's beautiful.
Right.
But after a while, like after you after you breathed it all in, breathe, so whatever, it all in. Um, you kind of look
Right.
at it and it looks
This looks like shit, honestly.
it looks like
Uh,
alien. It's,
yeah, it does. Um, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not.
so you
I've
don't
never been an
so
Xbox.
you don't like it.
I don't like the design.
Yeah.
I like the design of the Xbox more than the PS5. The minimalist design of the Xbox, it's literally like a black box right now.
Yeah.
To me, it looks a
It,
lot
it it
better.
always
You know,
it always was a black box. Like the first Xbox was a black box. The 360 was a white box. That's yeah, because it's the 360. Get it? So from black to
right?
white, right? Whatever. And then they went another 360 from that. Wait, yeah, and then went back to
Yeah,
black with the Xbox One.
right.
Well, okay, so a problem I have with that is that Xbox, just the naming conventions, just they need to they need to stick to one and that's it. Like Xbox One, Xbox Two, Xbox Three, Xbox Four, right? Because the Xbox
Yeah,
One isn't the first Xbox. The first Xbox was the Xbox, and then the second one was 360,
right.
and the third one is the one.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And I honestly think just if they can figure it out, just put 2019, Xbox 2020.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, dude! If you're gonna fucking name it properly, just name it that. At least it's that generation's console. Even if it's like 2029 or whatever, 2030, like, oh, it's the Xbox 2020. Yeah, I'm rocking this shit,
Yeah.
But honestly, with the design of the Xbox, it's to me slick. It's chill. When you look at it, it's like okay, it's an Xbox. When you look at the PS5's design, it's like Jesus, dude.
Yeah. Right.
Um,
Right. Right. Well,
I don't know. The curves doesn't do it for me. And and honestly, like I'm gonna buy it still. I don't give a shit about how it looks.
yeah, it's
But
just how it plays, right?
I just just how it plays and how well it ventilates itself. Because the PS4's problem with ventilation is that it gets pretty fucking annoying when it gets older. It gets pretty loud. Because
Mm-hmm.
I owned the fat version and the PS4 Pro. I'm using the PS4 Pro right now, and
You still have
even the
both.
PS4 Pro, yeah, I don't have both anymore.
All right.
I mean, it's my PS4 fat is with my cousin.
Oh, okay.
I sold it to her, so I can still see the console. It still sounds like a jet engine.
That's
My
what I have right
PS4
now.
Pro, even if it's
That's what I have right
the
now.
fat one,
The fat one, yeah.
yeah, it sounds loud, dude. Like I here's what I did to it, okay? And this is my concern with the PS5. So the PS4 fat, if you want to clean the fan or everything else, you kind of have to, disassemble it. If you really want to clean it deeper, you have to remove everything. So it's easy to do, but can be quite a pain if you break something. So you have
Hmm.
to replace the whole thing or have it repaired. For the PS4 Pro, they kind of changed it, so you just have to take off the top part,
Yeah.
and then when you take off the top part, you can see the fan. You can clean it there. Pretty
Right.
simple, pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah, like the Slim
But
and the Pro, right?
doesn't really, yeah, the same with the Pro. And that doesn't really help with the cooling problem because sure you can clean it, but then again, it's still pretty fucking loud. I
Hmm.
mean, having a loud PS4 is better than having a really quiet one because you don't know if the fan's working. So I'm not gonna hate it for that, honestly. But as someone who, if let's say I don't know what I'm doing,
Hmm.
this the PS4 right now it's turned on and playing earlier, Nino Kuni 2. So if the way it sounds right now, and I can hear it even with this at all, it sounds like a fucking jet engine is about to take off. I don't like it. Right?
Right.
I
Right. Right.
hope the PS5
Addresses
has
that.
better
Yeah.
ventilation, addresses that. Even if it sounds like a fucking jet engine, at least make it run cool. Have a better fan there, have a better,
Hmm.
especially the fucking thermal paste that they use. Holy shit, dude, that thermal paste sucks ass. My PS4 fan, like I've changed the thermal paster like I think 3 times already. Because
Right.
the first time I removed the original one, then I replaced it with the Z5. I don't know. It's the viscosity is stupid. It's too watery for the PS4, so I changed it. Then I
Hmm.
changed it to something else. Then I kind of fucked it up because my PS4 still sounds like it sounds louder.
Right.
So I kind of fucked up the thermal paste. So I added a new one and it sounds better. But the you know they could just fucking put a better thermal paste, and it wouldn't be a problem for consumers. That's the only thing. With all the thermal bullshit that you're going to do, just please add a better thermal paste.
Yeah,
Or better yet, just put a
yeah,
thermal pad there.
just a
Yeah.
better way of doing it.
Right.
I don't know. We probably might need, real world, what do you call
People.
this, application on, how it works.
Yeah.
And I don't know what kind of stress test they're doing
Maybe.
with the PS5, right? But yeah,
Yeah.
but to me though,
Because
the
yeah.
the PS5 actually absolutely looks crazy nice.
Really? Okay.
To put it into perspective, like everything I have is similar to what the Xbox Series X looks like now. My my monitor is square, my PC, my PS4, it's all like a box, right? So it's all
Right.
edges and whatnot. Well, here comes the PS5 looking like something out of a, comic book or a cartoon episode of the Jetsons in the 90s. And to me, it just screams, you know, cool. Just because it's more, yeah, it's different. It's like it's like a
Right.
space age thing. Like it's something out of a out of a cartoon, and I like how it looks. And looking at it right now, I mean, I really want to see a 360 of it. I want to see the IO. I want to see, how it stands vertically and horizontally. I want to check
Right.
it out, like whatever. Like I want to see everything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but right now it looks to me it looks
Honestly, the
modular, right? Like you can take out the sides. You can probably take out the sides and replace it with whatever kind of plating that you
yeah.
want to put. So a design in something like a design aspect, like if you can take it out and you can put something else on there, then you can probably make it look like a box, right? Those two white
Right.
things on the side, like what if, Sony decides that, hey, yeah, this can be modular because it's gonna lay flat. Like if you want to lay it flat, you can. So yeah, by the
Right.
way, I'm getting the digital edition because I don't want that tumor there, like the disc. I mean,
Right.
it's sad they couldn't have built in the disc on that black, in the black thing on the middle. Like I wish they could have,
Mm-hmm.
but they had to have that whole Blu-ray as a, as a, like a bump, and it's disgusting to me.
Yeah.
But the digital one looks crazy good. Like that's what I want. That's what I'm gonna get,
Really?
and hopefully, yeah, it's modular, and I can change it
Yeah.
if I have to.
Mm-hmm. The first time I saw it, I was blown away. I'm like, okay, that's cool. It looks different. But again, the more I look at it, it to each their own. I guess
Mm. Yeah,
I
of
just
course.
don't like their approach of how they built the system itself. I mean, aesthetically wise, because the controller is banging. The controller is really good. It
Oh,
looks really really fucking
definitely.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it
the
does.
dual sense whatever. Yeah,
Hmm.
it looks really good. Then I mean, I guess they the way it looks partner with the PS5. They look compatible. It's
They do.
like it's
They
like
do.
Wally banged the PS5 and that's the kid.
I
Looks
don't
good.
know. Wally banged the chick. What's it? That's the name of
The
the
Eva. Yeah,
Eva.
Eva.
Yeah,
Eva. Yeah,
and
banged Eva.
PS5 came out like, oh shit.
PS5 came out, yeah. So exactly, yeah. I mean, you know, I don't know. We'll see how it looks like when we buy it. But currently, if ever I'll score this, I'll give it to the Xbox for its simplicity. PS5, you know, because I right now I'm seeing concepts of it, scaling models and shit. It's pretty fucking big.
Yeah,
If it's
let's look at an image of it.
true that it's that big, the things that I've seen, how big it is, it's like the PS4 Pro and a bit bigger when you
Yeah,
stand it up.
yeah.
uh,
But the black one
and then
doesn't
it
look
looks like
bad.
that. I'm like,
The black one doesn't look bad.
really?
Like if
Do,
they,
do they have the black version of this?
I don't know if they if this is I know I'm pretty sure this isn't legit, right? Like the if you look at the stream right now, like if you if they made
Right.
something like
I'm
this,
googling the image.
yeah. If you look at the
Oh, that one.
image,
Yeah, yeah.
mm,
It looks
they
like Batman shit. You know,
yeah,
it's like the Batman in future Batman. I forgot what it's called.
yeah,
But yeah, but the black one looks okay.
yeah. It's a lot less loud, I guess, compared to the white one.
Oh, yeah. Um, but I guess if you put skins there on the white part, like if you can put like your own skins
Hmm.
for it, yeah, that's I think where it will shine. If the PS5 is as customizable as that, like you can put your skins or wraparounds or whatever,
Uh huh.
I think it's gonna look great. Because the first thing I'm going to do is if skins are available for the PS5, and I have my favorite MCU character skin available, I'm gonna buy it and put it there immediately. The question's asked.
I would have
Yeah.
mine. I would have mine painted over, probably.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If I can take out the white parts, like if I can, if it is modular, I will take it out. You can probably still
Yeah.
play without that, but it's gonna get dusty, so you'll have to protect it every time
Yeah.
after you play, right?
Right.
And
Right.
then have the white one painted over or decaled to oblivion to make it look pretty much acceptable to your living room
Right.
because it's got to go on your setup, right? So if you
Yeah.
place it
Right.
if you place it on your like whatever entertainment system, it's got to look good with everything else because everything else has the design of square or rectangle, right? Jesus.
Right.
But this is just like off. That's the only problem I have with it. Like if I put it together next to my PC, PS4, and my other PC, it's gonna look weird. That's it. That's the
It
main
is. It
gripe I
is.
have.
It will.
Yeah,
Because with my current setup, I'm gonna put it beside my soundbar. I think it will look great beside that one
because it's a
because
straight
they
sound.
both look.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. If you put it beside, oh shit, this is part of your soundbar. No, that's a PS5. Oh shit. But
Jesus.
like finding a place for the PS5, and if it's really that big, I'm not really sure how it's gonna fit in the current setup. If I'm gonna put it, under or inside a cabinet of my TV stand, if I'm gonna put it with a TV, or because I'm definitely gonna upgrade my TV PS5 comes out. I guess a month or two when it
Yeah,
comes out.
I'm gonna get a 144 hertz monitor as well for
I'm
this.
gonna get a monitor, right? I might be buying a big TV for it because I'm planning to make my room like a cinema room too.
Nice.
So I'm gonna be playing with a big TV.
Right, right.
So yeah, because let's see, because if the PS5 will suddenly support 8K, that's something crazy.
That's yes, that's gonna be crazy.
Will it?
So I don't
Will it?
know. I don't know. They hardly like the tech talk. I guess that Mike Cerny did. Mark Cerny, Mike whatever.
Right. What's right? Yeah.
So the one that he did,
Amanda Cerny.
Amanda Cerny.
Oh, that's a different person. Okay, I'm
Yes.
sorry. Go ahead.
uh, hey, dude. Like I don't know. I'm looking at a Pikachu PS5. Like Jesus, that looks nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you can put skins on PS5, you can customize the outside of it.
Mm.
It's gonna look banging. Let's
Yeah,
see
I hope they
PS5
give us that
skin.
option. I hope they give us an option to customize the PS5 because everybody else is right. Everybody else can
Right.
is doing it right now. So I guess the personality, but yeah, and I know
Yeah.
we're being very what do you call this petty, but I don't know. Hardware for me screams like it's just it's a it's a bragging right for me. Like hardware is like vanity for me, so it's a big deal for me
Yeah.
too. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Whew, too much PS5 talk. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm just gonna get it. Maybe we
But
can
I'm
show
excited for
off.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna get it.
we can show off our what do you call this? We can show off our setups.
Models.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's show off our setups next time once we have all the PS5. So it's gonna be like, a few more months before we showcase, our setups for the PS5 and PS4
Right.
and PC setup, our home setups. That's it.
Right.
How we play at home. So we'll show that off in a few months. But right now,
Huh.
just gotta settle with what we have. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, be tabs for a bit. Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah,
So yeah, dude. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Definitely.
Um.
Let's. Mhm.
Anyways, okay. So moving on to our next topic. I don't know. Like I talked to you about this earlier about fighting games and what you want, what your experience with it is, but it's just that this entire month, like this entire month, July. I mean, oh, so wait, we're already
Mhm.
in August, right? So the entire month of
August. Yeah.
July, everybody was just quiet. Like um there were no news about Tekken, Street Fighter, or from Arc System Works or wherever whoever is creating fighting games nowadays. Um, it was just pretty quiet. When usually this is
Right.
like Evo season, I'm pretty sure you know what Evo is, right? Like the biggest fighting game tournament in
Yeah.
held in the
I've
U.S.
heard of it.
almost every year, then and in Japan
Right.
during January. So there's usually hype around this time, but everybody was quiet. So this week, from August 1st, right? Japan,
Yeah.
in Japan, the fighting game developers have had this round table where they were talking about their games and whatnot. Uh, Ono, who created Street Fighter V, wasn't present. Not Street Fighter V, but the entire Street Fighter franchise. He's considered to be like
Mhm.
the godfather of that. Um, wasn't present, and I was kind of sad because I was hoping to hear more. But then they announced that there's a summer update coming out, and they're going to be announcing it on the 5th of August. So that's a great thing, and I can't wait. So on the next podcast, I will be fucking nerding about Street Fighter Five, Tekken, or whatever. Um, but yeah, so I just want to go on and on. I can go on and on with this thing, and I know doesn't interest you, but I just wanted to
Yeah.
talk about it really quick.
Yeah. Go
So
ahead.
there's gonna be new news or new news, new moves put into Tekken 7 characters. So season 4 is coming out. While everybody was already speculating that Tekken 8 was gonna be announced,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
no Tekken
crazy.
8.
Uh huh.
Season 4 is Tekken 7 season 4 is here. So or
Right.
is coming, and so I can't wait to see that. Like I'm not the best Tekken 7 player. I'm not even like
Mm-hmm.
any good at it, but watching the matches, like just like watching the pros go at it and doing things so unreal, it's just amazing. So I can't wait to see what they have in store for season 4. Too bad, of course, COVID, we can't
Right.
have like local tournaments made, so people can
Yeah.
gather in areas and just have these tournaments and just play it out, but we can't. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
right.
Right.
So now, the last thing, like if you look at like most of the news on gematsu.com, like if you go to that website,
Yeah.
all of this all of this are fighting game related. Guilty Gear, Dragon Ball Fighter
Yeah.
Z, or Fighters,
Mhm.
or Soul Calibur, Samurai Spirits. All those are all fighting game announcements. So this is just an
Mhm.
amazing week for enthusiasts of the fighting game genre. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I might be turning off
No, it's fine. It's fine
some
because
people.
that's pretty good when it comes to the updates and as you know a gaming community or the gaming community as a whole. It's refreshing to hear because again I've played fighting games like what back then Tekken 5 days,
Yeah,
whatever,
high
that's a pretty,
school was
pretty long time.
probably,
High
one of the
school, yeah,
best times to play.
that's 2008, yeah. So yeah, 2008, 2008. So make that 2006 to be safe. So it's been a while, and to hear that in certain genres it's still being updated. There's a lot of hype behind it.
Hmm.
That's pretty good. That's exciting. In terms of if you have a keen eye on the gaming community and you've heard that genre is being updated and a lot of people are excited about it, that excites me too because at least it's not dying off. Just like I don't know, did some genre already die off?
Tetris.
Unlike yeah, not really Tetris, but I don't know because I'm trying to keep an eye out for RTS games,
Mm.
right?
Well, Civ
And
is one big one.
yes, Civ's one, and then Warcraft, Starcraft.
I know. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I know the updates are pretty slow to the point that I think that the genre will die out soon if they don't, pump out content or pump out games that will be groundbreaking. Because the thing
Mm.
with fighting games is that if you keep the formula, events, parts of it, but a lot of people will still buy it. That's the thing about fighting games. And to me, that's exciting because if you see that other games or, fighting games are part of the market, then it will be integrated to other games and it will make it exciting. You get me?
Yeah.
Like I think the latest game that I played that integrated that is um the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot game.
Oh, right, right, right,
If
right.
you right, it's RPG slash fighting game. It
Mm.
the fighting part is really nice. Don't get
Mm.
me wrong, it's really fun. The RPG element sucks. So,
Eh,
but they're trying. That's the point. They're trying, and to see
mm.
news about
Yeah.
fighting games. So it again, it's exciting because at least it's something that's moving. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like it. Yeah, it gives
Like
hope to a lot more opportunities for
like
the gaming industry to move forward.
yeah, like if you look at Tekken 7 right now, right?
Yeah.
So at first, at the beginning, there was a cross between Street Fighter and Tekken, right? So there was Street
Right.
Fighter cross Tekken the game. That didn't pan out.
Yeah.
That was like and then suddenly Tekken 7 comes out and then they have Akuma in the game,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Oh.
so so the implementation of having Akuma, a 2D 2D fighter character, into integrated
Mm-hmm.
into a 3D realm is wow, they're crazy. So
Yeah.
that's the kind of idea where wonder how this is gonna play out. I guess we'll
Right.
see.
Right.
And then you get Geese Howard. I don't know if you played King of Fighters, so you'd probably have encountered this character. It's also a 2D fighting character, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're
Right.
usually found in those kinds of games where it's just left and right corners, and then implemented into
Mm.
or put into a 3D world. Um,
Right.
and then out of nowhere, right? Tekken 7, releases this trailer and announces another character, which was crazy because it opens up and then a phone was ringing, and guess who picks up the phone? Noctis. I was like, what?
No.
What?
Oh, not this. Yeah. Yeah.
I was like,
That's
what the
crazy.
hell? So, shit, like, I was thinking it's gonna be another 2D character or whatever. It's
Yeah.
probably gonna be somewhere in like the King of Fighters or Street Fighter world. Like, it took me by surprise, and that was awesome. And
Mhm.
you guest characters like those, just give the fighting game community, or the fighting game genre, not
Yeah.
community, but the fighting game genre more like appeal to players who
Yeah.
haven't dabbled into this kind of genre. So especially like
Yeah.
if you're a if you're a Final Fantasy fan, like, I wonder how this plays. I might
Right.
like it, and then venture to different
Yeah.
characters. Oh, it's exciting! And then you get
It breathes new life to
yeah,
to
it does,
to
it
fighting
does,
games. Yeah.
yeah, and it's amazing.
Just like Soul Calibur, and then they put in Gerald there.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure. Yeah,
that's
that brought about new
crazy.
fans. Yeah,
That was
but I
crazy. Yeah.
hope they just don't stop adding guest characters and actually maybe add a few more mechanics to the game as a
Mhm.
whole, to the what do you call it, the genre as a whole,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Who knows? Who knows? It gaming's not gonna die anytime soon. A lot more fighting games are gonna come out.
Yeah, it was
And I'm just
especially
excited
being
to see
backed
how
by,
they. Yeah.
backed by major sponsors, and tournaments
Right. Right.
are coming out left and right. So that's gonna be awesome.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Exactly.
and I'm just gonna go ahead and do a plug. So we've released a trailer. I'm also part of
Yeah.
Epic Bird on Facebook. So we just released a trailer for our own
Hmm.
version, our take on, tournaments and promotional fighting. So we've released a trailer for Birdhouse Brawl, and it's gonna
I've seen it.
be
Yeah.
it's going to be a championship match between. It's going to be well, on the 22nd of August. That's when it's going to be released. We're going to have a
Right.
championship tournament determination on who's going to be our first Birdhouse Brawl champion on each division. So we're looking forward to that, to get our first champions for the rookie division, the super division, and the ultra division. So yeah, I'm probably going to be
Right.
announcing a lot more on Facebook. So yeah.
Hmm.
All right. Yeah, just a quick
Yeah.
plug.
I can't wait. Yeah, it's okay. Can't wait. I will definitely, view
Yeah.
that, and then yeah,
Yeah.
excited
Thanks,
for the
man.
winner.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna be prices, but yeah, we're still talking about it, and promotions
Yeah.
are gonna be off the chain. So yeah, I can't wait
Hmm.
to see that, to see all of those.
Hmm.
Right. So moving on to our last topic of this podcast, and if you are still with us, I hope you're not gonna cringe on what we're gonna be talking about, because we might step into like things that are really weird to talk about.
Controversial.
Controversial things are really weird to talk about. Yeah. Um, I'll try not to, include anybody, but there are certain examples that I will include, that we might include, like me and Renz would talk about certain people. But yeah.
Yeah.
So the last topic is basically censorship of content on whatever platform, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, right?
Right.
So, you want to take the lead on this one, man? Like, um, you have a firmer grasp anyway.
Sure. So censorship. Okay, a lot of people, even companies, countries, even are trying to do it. And overall, censorship sucks because it's against freedom of speech, right? And
Wait,
nothing
wait,
makes us human more
wait.
human than
Yeah, wait.
speech.
Before we move forward, let's make a baseline. Let's put something. What is,
Right.
what do we consider? What when will we consider censorship as a good thing?
Uh, that's a tough one because um, censorship as a whole, it's not it's generally not good, right? I think the only time censorship can be applied is, again, not in, because it's kind of difficult to explain this part, but to me, I think censorship should only be applied, and I'm very being very strict about this, is when, when you're watching with kids and then the sex scene comes out, and then you bleep everything, you censor everything. That's the only time. But
Mm,
everything else, if people are criticizing a product, if people are saying, people saying bad things about this certain whatever,
person,
the certain
yeah.
person, because he is actually doing bad things, and that's fine, totally fine. Because again, if you look at feedback, reviews, and criticism, those things are generally okay. It's up to the person, company, or whatever entity is receiving these things. It's up to them if they want to just change and adapt, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now, so to me, any type of censorship is, if it pertains to censoring what other people are saying, then I'm really against that. Honestly,
Mm.
just let the people speak. Honestly, just let everyone speak about this. If you think that it's libelous, because again, that's a different piece on its own. If
Yeah,
it's libel, then
there's
look at
certain
the libel.
levels of, there's
And
certain
there's
levels
a
of,
thin line between that.
yeah.
Yeah. there's a thin line of what's a review, what's a criticism versus what's libelous.
Because it could
Usually,
be,
sometimes it's not very thin because you can definitely see when it's libelous and when it's a criticism,
yeah, you can say
or when it's
libelous. You
saying
can say it's
something.
libelous, or it's absolutely hurting the, let's say, the revenue of somebody, like saying something bad
Right,
about a product that is totally untrue. Like if it's totally
right,
untrue, then it needs to be addressed. Like, hey, this person is saying really bad things about me, then they have to deal with the consequences of what they
yeah,
said, right?
right.
No matter what. So
Yeah,
if
usually, like, let's just put it this way. Libel is, well, if you want to define it in a simple way, libel is when someone says something to you, let's say, you're a murderer, when in fact you're not.
ooh,
You
that's
have
tough.
evidences that you're not. Yeah, that's libel. That's libel. But then again, when you look at, freedom of speech, this time, and it's not libel. It's pretty much criticizing a product, like, okay,
Yeah,
your product sucks because of these things.
yeah.
And because let's say you ate at the restaurant, you left the bad review, and then it's because it's your experience, and that's fine. So we'll be fine. That's not libel, right? If,
It's
let's
up.
say, you're a company and
Yeah.
you've got shitty things.
So it's up to whoever owns that restaurant to deal with that and how to address that.
Right, and yeah, it's up to them, and it's honestly, like, if the person can provide, evidences that, okay, service sucks, food sucks, here's why,
Yeah.
then, so be it. It's up to the restaurant to deal with it. I mean, to adapt, change, or fucking sue the person, but pretty much sure that's not gonna hold, to be honest.
So,
But
um,
anyway, going back,
yeah. So,
censorship as a whole,
mhm,
I'm not for it. Let
right.
let the people speak. Let the people say whatever the fuck they want and do whatever the fuck they want within the bounds of the law, right?
Hmm.
That's it.
So, so just to put in context what we're talking about, we watched this video. You can see it on screen right now. It is the content new Pokemon video from Leafy. Now, it's not that we're siding with anybody here. It's not that I agree with Leafy that someone needs to be canceled or censored or because they're trying to censor somebody. Essentially, your cancellation of somebody is already pretty much censoring the other person. Let them do whatever they want and deal with the repercussions of them. I mean, I'm pretty sure people will talk with their money, right?
Right, right.
So
So a bit of background about that. So Leafy called out, Pokemon actually did a content cop esque video. Yeah, which is pretty cringy in itself.
yeah.
So the main point is that, Pokemon is censoring her critics. Everyone who does a negative video on her, she copyright strikes them. Which is fucking dumb. Um, so if you guys want to watch this video, go ahead. I'm not gonna say anything bad about this video. Just watch it and review it
Yeah.
on your own.
Yeah, form your
Um,
own opinions about it. Yeah.
yeah, form your own opinions about it. So, um, the way the way that Pokemon use influence or influencer status point is kind of stupid. Like, okay, this is the big problem with YouTube right now. Like, a lot of people are being censored. A lot of content creators, small ones, even big
Who,
ones.
especially,
However,
this is a big problem to
um,
those who are actually that actually have a big following on YouTube. Like us. Like if we do this, I don't know that we might get flack for it by not
right,
not
right,
just them, but their MCNs, right? So yeah, there you go.
right. And if you do get flack for this, then fuck it, honestly, because,
Yeah, whatever.
um, a lot of people have been, yeah, whatever. A lot of people have been saying this for a long time, and it's YouTube as a platform, as they are the ones responsible for these types of things that are happening, because the way their copyright strike works is it's just fucked up, you know.
That's true.
The automated copyright strikes are messed up. They're Sometimes creators feel like there's no, you know,
Hmm.
there's no human shit behind the whole thing, and it is automatically copied.
You
Just fix
can
it.
watch a
There.
lot of videos online talking,
Yeah, you can
like
watch
people
all the
talking
ways
about,
about this.
how,
Right, right.
their contents are being taken away from them, and this is on, like, after the adpocalypse happened, right?
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing. If you're a creator, you're an influencer, whatever the fuck. If you have a good following, a good amount of followers, and then you're behind an MCM, then just don't abuse your power. Like just like what
Yeah,
Pokemon's doing. If you want to fucking like censor someone, just don't do it. Honestly, just don't do it. If the person's talking smack about you, honestly, it's easier said than done. Just prove them wrong,
yeah.
because a lot of people, honestly,
In
like I've seen it happen, at least personally.
Yeah,
If you prove people wrong, they most likely will be your friend. They will just praise you day in and day out. But these people who create clout just so they can gain their following, and then you call, at the end
yeah,
of the day,
pushing
and
people
at the
down.
end of
Yeah,
everything, yeah, pushing people down. Yeah, it looks like that, and at the same time, you, you know, it's it's just gonna bring your bring you down sooner or later, because if since Pokemon's been doing it, and someone with a good amount of following like Leafy saw it and made a video out of it, now she's on the spotlight, right? And
yeah.
now we're talking about her, like we're talking about Pokemon. What the fuck? Um, and that's the thing. It's because of what she's doing. Again, you really don't have to censor anything. Just if you really want to win against people who are talking smack about you, just take a deep breath, learn from it, like analyze what they said, think about it first, then plan out your action. Then that's when you do something about it. It's not like, you know what, fuck it, you said that my content's boring, I'm gonna fucking copyright you. That's how it is. you know maybe maybe your content's really boring. Who knows?
Maybe it is.
Right? And then adjust. Yeah, learn from it,
Yeah.
then see how it goes.
Right. So
But that's the point. Like,
yeah. So
again, just let everyone fucking talk smack. Honestly, let everyone express themselves, and then suck a dick after. Fuck it.
right, right. Yeah. I can't. We can't really add much to this because
Right, right,
typically,
right,
when somebody just looks bad and then they just make themselves look worse, people genuinely just lose interest because that means you can't handle criticism, and
right, right.
you just get bashed for it.
And that's the thing about criticism, and just like what PewDiePie has done, H3 has done, um, yeah, them, the big YouTubers. What they did is that whenever someone them, honestly, like the way I see it, they listen to it, they listen to something they do, and then they just ignore a lot. But the mere fact that they're listening to some criticism and adjusting their content as they go,
Hmm.
that fucking means a lot. That
That
that's
is
part of
true.
their success,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah,
And
definitely.
a lot of people can, because a lot of people have been asking, how does it take, what does it take to be a successful YouTuber? Well, get a lot of haters. Honestly, then check what your haters are telling you. If you have a lot of, great. You know, uh,
Yeah.
that's still publicity. Any type of publicity is pretty much good publicity. If you have a lot of haters, listen to them, then adjust your content. You don't really need to adjust it based on everyone's opinion. You just need
No.
to get the consensus and then change it from there, right?
Yeah, and
Because
and
Leafy sucks back then, honestly. Like, and then he adjusted. A lot of people, he adjusted. Now his like to dislike ratio is better.
yeah, that's
Who
the whole
else?
point of it.
Right. There's another dude who adjusted. Grade A under A.
Grade A under A. Yeah.
He got a lot of flack when I don't know what happened. Uh, from what I know is that he uploaded like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Um,
And another great example would be Angry Joe, right?
yeah,
Yeah, Angry Joe just takes criticism and runs with it. That's
yeah,
always his usual mo. And
right,
whatever they say, he'll just be better. That's it.
right, right,
Not to the point where I, as a person, would agree to everything he says when he's absolutely when I think he's absolutely wrong. At least he's not like shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're saying, and I'm gonna
right.
cancel you, right? So no, he just says that yeah, whatever, like blah blah blah. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting some of the scenarios, but off the top of my head, yeah, he's
Right,
been able to defend his ground, stand his ground, and just keeps on going. And it's a mark of someone who's been tried and tested on the platform, and
right,
you'll definitely be able to defend themselves. But yeah, on that
yeah,
note, man, I think we can't really say much
right,
more about it. So uh,
yeah.
yeah,
I think the only takeaway there is bashing,
I'm sorry.
telling you, or giving their criticism. Just take it. It's gonna make a grown man cry sometimes, but you won't grow unless you find your critic.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't hear you.
You won't. Sorry, you won't grow unless you listen to those who hate you the most.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's that's like sticks and stones, right?
Yeah, second songs.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Well, yeah. I guess we can end on that note. It's
Okay.
this one's a very quick episode. We do have a lot more stuff in stored. Streaming is part of some stuff that we might be looking into, or not might be looking to, that
Right.
we are looking into, and who knows, you might see Renz a little bit more than me in the coming future.
We'll
So
see.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Depending on whatever happens. But yeah, this has been this has been great, man. Like miss you.
Mhm.
You're always great to talk to, and welcome to the
Thank
welcome to
you.
the crew. I appreciate your participation,
Thanks.
dude. Like and your comments are always welcome here. Even though we
Thank you,
don't
Dave.
agree all the time, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
always good to
it's
have
fine.
this kind of dialogue and get stuff
Yeah.
going.
Mhm.
All right,
And I
so
appreciate the welcome.
all
Warm
right,
welcome.
you're welcome, man. You're welcome.
Cool.
All right, so anyways, guys, thank you for watching. This has been episode 6 of the Fat Wheels podcast. Uh, my name is Gerard. Also with me is Renz, and Ed's gonna be
Yep.
back next week. And thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.